Welcome back everyone. Today we've got another haul video, but this haul is not like any other that you've seen on this channel, because today we've got the super budget range. And it's not just super budget just to be a catchy title, no. I literally have 5 watches here, and 2 of these watches are under 20 bucks. One watch is just $32, and it gets all stainless steel, it gets a quartz movement, it is an awesome field watch. I also have a Steeldive or a SteelFlier, which is basically a sub-brand of Steeldive, for $41. And then the most expensive watch in this range is one for 60 bucks, an Addis Dive, a diver. This is a big bad boy right here, and I've got it in green. So there are a lot of interesting pieces in this whole video. Now let's dive in and talk about these 5 in a lot of detail, and the links to the listing will be in the description below the video, so do check them out if you're after some sharp prices. And now let's do it. Let's talk about them. If you're looking for that rugged, vintage, military aesthetic without breaking the bank, the SteelFlier might just be the best kept secret in the field watch game right now. This little gem comes in at just $42, and yet it carries itself like something triple the price. And being a sub-brand of Steeldive, it arrives with the same branded box you'd get with their pricier divers. Already a nice touch before you even open the thing. Let's start with the case. It's fully stainless steel, and the shape is classic, compact, almost cushion-like, with strong vintage cues. The brushing is even and consistent across the body, giving it a muted, no-nonsense presence. The lugs are short and sharply slanted down, keeping the 36mm case size nice and wrist-hugging. The lug-to-lug is 45mm, so even if you've got a smaller wrist, this will sit comfortably with zero overhang. And that 14mm height might sound a bit tall at first, but it's mostly due to the gorgeous boxed synthetic sapphire crystal. Speaking of that crystal, it's slightly domed and delivers those delicious edge distortions you get when viewing the dial at an angle, adding loads of character and retro charm. It almost looks like a hatch window. It's dramatic, but not overdone. The crystal is framed by a clean fixed bezel with no fuss, just function. Now the dial is where things get even more field ready. We've got a matte black background with crisp white printed numerals and a 24-hour inner track. The hands are simple, legible, and loom treated. Everything here is geared toward clarity and function. But what really sets this piece apart visually is the oversized onion crown. It's beautifully machined, deeply grooved, and absolutely pops from the side of the case. It's not just for show either. It's a proper screw-down crown. Pair that with the screw-in case back, and you've got a legit 200 meters of water resistance. There are budget watches, and then there are watches like this. At just 30 bucks, this is hands down one of the most surprising value-packed field watches I've ever handled. We're talking full stainless steel construction, case and bracelet, with proper 5 ATM water resistance, a screw-down crown, and a screw-down case back. That's right, this isn't just for show. It's built like a tool watch, priced like a toy, and feels like something in between. Now, let's get into the dimensions. The case is a tidy 38mm across with a slim 10.5mm thickness, but due to the inverted end links, it wears surprisingly compact. Despite the 47mm lug-to-lug length, lug width is a versatile 20mm, tapering nicely to 18mm at the butterfly clasp. On wrist, it hugs snugly thanks to sharply sloped lugs and those curved end links that melt into the case. There's not a single polished surface on this thing. It's all finely brushed steel, from the horizontally grained flanks to the lugs, and it gives the whole watch a matte presence. The crown is well sized at 6.4mm and offers reassuring feedback. Even the screw-down caseback matches the no-nonsense feel. Now let's talk about that bracelet, because this is wild. It's a 7-link design, with 3 broad outer links interlaced with 4 thinner links down the middle. That lace effect gives the bracelet a vintage military vibe, but it's also functional. It flexes well, conforms to the wrist, and looks far more premium than the price tag would suggest. Capping it all off is a flat slab of synthetic sapphire crystal, not mineral sapphire, and it's neatly recessed just under the fixed bezel, which means it's better protected against knocks. That kind of spec at this price is frankly bonkers. This is the most premium piece in the collection, the Addis Dive MH10, a fully automatic dive watch powered by the NH35 self-winding movement. It's the only mechanical watch here, and it brings serious specs for the money. We're talking full stainless steel construction, 200 meters of water resistance, a ceramic 120-click unidirectional bezel, and a screw-down crown and case back. This particular model features a sunburst green dial with a matching ceramic bezel insert. But it's also available in black and blue. Dimensions-wise, it's big and bold. 44 millimeters in diameter, 13.7 millimeters thick, with a lug-to-lug of 54.2 millimeters. The bracelet tapers from 20 millimeters at the lugs to 18 millimeters at the clasp. And yes, it's heavy. At 200 grams, this is a brute on the wrist, but it wears its weight well. The case sides are nicely layered with brushed and polished accents, adding visual depth. The bezel has a coin edge with deep notches, exposed at the lugs but recessed at the midpoint for a unique profile. We also get a large 7mm screw-down crown placed at 4 o'clock for added comfort, and a date window at 3 to keep things practical. For the price, you're getting a rugged diver with real mechanical soul and premium materials that make it feel far more expensive than it is. Now here's something you don't see every day, a chronograph for $12. That's right, $12. This is the Incasa chronograph, and while the name might not ring any bells, the design certainly will. It's got that unmistakable motorsport chrono vibe. But this one's as budget as it gets. And honestly, it kind of nails it. Let's start with the case. It's alloy, so don't expect any premium metals here, but the polishing actually looks clean. The bezel is fixed, and there's no excessive branding or clutter, which helps sell that vintage-style chrono aesthetic. Sitting at 42 millimeters across and just 10.6 millimeters thick, the watch wears surprisingly well for its size. Lug-to-lug, we're looking at 49.5 millimeters, so it's definitely got some wrist presence, but the proportions are still manageable. Lug width is 22 millimeters, giving you room to switch straps if you're not into the stock one. Now the dial is the main event here, with two contrasting black sub-dials. One for the 60-minute chrono counter at 9 o'clock, and one for the 24-hour readout at 3. At 6 o'clock you've got a framed date window, and above all that, a bright orange second hand gives the whole face a pop of personality. The chronograph actually works too, which is wild at this price. Hit the top pusher to start timing, hit it again to stop, and then press the lower one to reset. Now, here's a fun quirk. When you reset it, the second hand doesn't fly back like most chronos. It actually ticks its way forward back to 12. Not wrong, just different. Over on the wrist, the man-made leather strap surprised me. It's not sticky or overly plastic like you'd expect. It actually has a soft, wearable finish. You get a stitched perforation pattern for that racing look, and a brushed steel buckle that doesn't feel like an afterthought. Round the back, we've got a stainless steel snap-on case back, and a 6mm push-pull crown. No screw downs here, obviously, but that's fair for a casual chrono at this level. So bottom line, it's $12. It looks good, it works. Here's something you don't see every day, a watch that's bursting with color, cheeky charm, and genuine tribute vibes. This is the Ricego RC 41001, a playful homage to one of the most iconic celebration dials ever released, and it's priced at just $11. It's loud, unapologetic, and honestly, it just makes you smile. The mineral crystal gets a cyclops over the date window at 3 o'clock. And while we're not dealing with sapphire here, the visual effect is solid for the price. Case diameter is 41 millimeters, but thanks to the inverted end links, the lug-to-lug comes in at just 47.5 millimeters, so it wears pretty compact, even on smaller wrists. The height is 12.5 millimeters without the cyclops, or 13.7 millimeters with it. Lug width is a universal 20mm, tapering nicely down to 18mm at the clasp. Now, the case itself is made of alloy, so it's got a full polished look that mimics stainless steel but isn't quite as premium. However, the bracelet is stainless steel, shiny center links, brushed outers, and a butterfly clasp that clicks in firmly. That's a win. The crown is a simple 6mm push-pull, unsigned, but again, it's $11. The back is fluted and gives off a screw-down illusion, but it's just a snap case back in disguise. This little Ricego doesn't take itself too seriously, and maybe that's what makes it so fun. Hopefully you did enjoy these 5 watches. Now, personally, I think the Celebrations dial, it is a good watch for a good laugh. Rolex isn't making the Celebrations dial anymore, so this is quite a special piece. A bit of a tribute with a tongue-in-cheek. And considering it costs $10, great. Great indeed. Now, it does feature a quartz movement, so it should be okay. Just for some daily casual wear, and it also gets a date window. How cool is that? Now, if we talk about the Incasa Chronograph, again, wow. Very strange chronograph though, because once you reset it, it doesn't pull back the seconds hand, it pushes it forward. Strange one, indeed. But then again, you're paying $10 for it. Alloy case, fine. But it's a chronograph and it gets a date window. For the other 3 watches, the Addis Dive, the Steeldive, SteelFlier, and of course, this bad boy, that's unbelievable. We are picking up so much value for quite little dosh. Anyways, thank you for watching this review and this whole video. Hopefully you have enjoyed all the pieces. If you have, please drop me a like. Now, the affiliate links are in the description below the video, so do check them out if you want to pick up these pieces at a good price. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.